Dear student, in this lecture video, we studied about the operating states of the power system. This topic comes under Model 1. The Model 1 is divided into three topics. One is introduction, another part is supervisory control and data acquisition, that is SCADA. Third one is unit commitment. The Model 1 consists of three parts. The first part is introduction, the second part is SCADA, the third part is unit commitment. Under the first part of the Model 1, that is introduction, the first content is operating states of power system. In this lecture video, we detailedly studied about the operating states of the power system. Students, first, what is the objective of the control strategy of the power system? To generate and distribute power in an interconnected power system that is economically and reliably as possible as maintaining the frequency and voltage within the permissible limit. This is the main objective of the operating states of the power system. Interconnected. What is the meaning of interconnected? More than one power system is interconnected with other power system. It is called as an interconnected power system. What is mean by economically and reliable? Economical means we can sell or buy the power with minimum cost only to the consumer. That is the economically. Reliable. What is the meaning of reliable? We maintain the frequency and the voltage within the permissible limit, then our power system is a reliable one. So these are the main objective. So you can fulfill reliable condition and then economic everything, then we generate the power and then distribute the power to the consumer. Okay, this is the main objective of the operating states of the power system. Then second one is what is the changes in real power? Generally in the domestic service we only consider the real power, reactive power we won't consider, but industrial load consists of both real power and reactive power. If the any changes in the real power which affect the system frequency. So our India, the system frequency is 50 Hertz. Okay. Now you see the tabular column. From the tabular column you clearly understand the what is the various elements of the power system control. At the time what the action we have to take and the power system brings to its normal state. What is the time period is required for the different types of control action. Now you see the first one. The control action is playing execution control, system voltage control. This is the operation and control action. How much time period taken for this operation? Multi-seconds. The second one is system frequency control, die line power control. So here the word is die line. What is the meaning of die line? That means in the interconnected power system, one power system is interconnected with the neighboring power system through line. That line only is called as a die line. Die line is used to measure the interchange power from one power system to another power system in an interconnected power system. Okay. So what are the time taken for this action? Few seconds to few minutes. The third one is economic load dispatch. Okay, so this is also online mode is already existing. So for this control action, few minutes to few hours is required for this action taken place. The fourth one is system security analysis. What do you mean by system security? Okay, we give secure. That means if the power system having 1,000 number of the components, so the each component, so that means that having some permissible limit. For example, voltage, current, real power flow, reactive power flow, etc. Okay. So all are within the limits. Okay. then only we can give the security to the power system even the contingency occurs in the power system. What do you mean by contingency? Problem. What are the problem occurs in the power system? One is generator outage problem, another one is transmission line outage problem. So for system security analysis operation, the time period required is a few minutes to few hours only. Then fifth one is unit commitment. Unit refers generator, commitment is referred to meet our load demand by unit which is turn it on to service. Okay, for this action the time period is few hours to few weeks. Then maintenance scheduling. Okay, so already I told highly skilled person is appointed as an operator in the load center, that is in the power system, because it's fully automatic control only with the help of SCADA. So we have to prepare the operating scheduling, shutdown rule scheduling, maintenance scheduling also. The maintenance scheduling is prepared 1 month to 1 year, that is the required. The system planning. The planning is very, very important for installation of interconnected power system, because in future if any extension is required in the existing one, like that the engineer plan and then design the power system. Okay. Then next, the system operation is governed by equality and inequality constraint. There are two types of constraints used in the operating states of the power system. One is equality constraints, which is denoted by capital E, and inequality constraint, which is denoted by capital I. What is mean by equality constraint? The equality constraints are the constraints which is used to power balance between the generator, that is generation, and load. Then inequality constraint. The inequality constraint set the limits on different operating parameters like voltage, generation limits, current, etc. Okay. Then what are the states? That is power system states. 5 states totally. One is normal state, another one is alert state, emergency state, extreme state, and restorative state. Now you see the diagram. Okay, from the diagram you clearly understand that means, see, normal state. In the normal state, the equality constraint E and the inequality constraint I both are within the permissible limit. That is satisfied means within the permissible limit. So therefore the operating system in a secure mode only. Okay, suppose the power system comes to alert state. Okay, you see, in the alert state, the equality constraints and the inequality constraint both are within the limit, but at any time it may goes to emergency state or maybe goes to normal state. Both are possible. If we are taken preventive control action, immediately the power system from alert state to normal state. Suppose we didn't take the preventive action, control action, the power system from alert state to emergency state. Okay. Then the third one is emergency state. In the emergency state, equality constraint E is within the permissible limit, that is satisfied only, but inequality constraint I is violated. That means it's not within the semi. This is not a secure state. Okay, so therefore if the power system is in emergency state, immediately we take the emergency control action. Then the power system goes from emergency to alert state to normal state. Okay. Otherwise, if we didn't take emergency control action, the power system goes to in extremis state only. Okay. In extremis operating states, the equality constraint E as well as the inequality constraint I both are violated. That means not within the permissible limit. Okay. So immediately that means we have to take some actions. Then the power system from in extinction state to restorative to normal. Okay, like that you can go. Otherwise, in extremis to restorative, restorative to alert, alert to normal only. Okay, in the circuit diagram you see the solid arrow mark is consist of disturbance. Okay, where the disturbance occurs, when the disturbance occurs, then only the power system moves from normal state to alert state. Okay, then the solid line, okay, continuous solid line, this is nothing but the control actions. So in the alert state, what are the control action taken? Preventive control action. In the emergency state, what are the control actions taken? Emergency control action taken. But in the extreme state, what are the control actions later? The system split and or loss of the load only. Okay, and then that the solid line lengthy and then small solid line is nothing but the restorative control action. That is the procedure. You see, if the power system is in restorative state, under this state, then the equality constraint E is not within the limit, but the inequality constraint is in the limit. Okay, so therefore we can take the restorative procedure or resynchronization control action procedure. Immediately the power system goes from restorative to normal state. Okay, so totally 5 operating states. Okay, then the power system is in normal state, then only our system is reliable. We maintain the voltage and frequency. Okay, if any disturbance occurs, okay, the normal state, that means the power system goes to any other state, alert or emergency or in extremis or restorative from normal state. Immediately we take the control action and then the power system brings back to the normal system. Okay, so the diagram is clearly explained, no need to mug it up. Okay, all the terms is mentioned in the diagram only. From the diagram you can make the sentence and then write it. Okay, then next whatever I told, no, the same technical point is there for your reference. Normal state, you see, it is normal only, both load and operating constraints. That means E and I, equality and inequality constraints are satisfied only. Okay, this is a normal state. The second one is the alert state. The alert state, what that means? Postulated emergency condition state. Postulated emergency condition state. And under this situation only the power system goes from normal state to alert state. Okay, so in this case also both constraints are, that means, satisfied. Okay, but any time the both constraints are violated is possible. Okay, so immediately we take the preventive control action. If not taken the preventive control action, immediately the power system goes from alert state to emergency state. Okay, then the third state is emergency state. When the power system goes to emergency state, we never take, we are not taking the preventive control action when the power system is in the alert state. Okay, so in this state, that means one or more operating constraints is violated. That means it's not within the limit, but the load constraint is satisfied within the limit only. Okay, and then in this state the equality constraints, that means unchanged. That means satisfied conditions only the inequality constraints only violated. Okay, in the emergency state, which action taken? Corrective action, that is the emergency control action taken place. Okay, then the fourth state is the in extremis state or extremis state. Okay, in this state, that means if we are not taken the emergency control action when the power system is in the emergency state, immediately the power system goes from emergency state to extremis state only. Okay, in this state, that means neither load constraints or nor the operating constraints are satisfied. the final result is islanding. Islanding means that is a disconnected only. So also the generating units are strained beyond their capacity only. So the emergency control action is done to bring back the power system either to the emergency state or the normal state only. Okay, at the last state is the restorative state. In the restorative state, what that means, the system that means goes either to alert or to secure date only. Okay, and this is the slow process. For this cases, first the system is brought back to alert state, then to the secure state. Secure state means it's a normal state. So this is nothing but the restorative control action. So dear student, I hope from the operating states of the power system, that means 4 control actions are that means used. That means preventive control action, emergency control action, corrective control action, and then restorative control action. 4 action taken place. Totally 5 states. You have to clear. First you draw the circuit diagram and then you can explain each and every state operation of the state. Okay. Thank you student for listening this video.